Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A word or phrase that particular people use in particular situations. Pardon the expression. The communication, in speech or writing, of your beliefs or opinions. Expressions of goodwill. A group of symbols that make a mathematical statement. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A sad expression. The style of expressing yourself. His manner of expression showed how much he cared. Expression without words. Tears are an expression of grief. A group of words that form a constituent of a sentence and are considered as a single unit. Genetics, the process of expressing a gene. The act of forcing something out by squeezing or pressing. The expression of milk from her breast. A word or phrase that particular people use in particular situations. A word or phrase that particular people use in particular situations. The communication, in speech or writing, of your beliefs or opinions. He helped me find verbal expression for my ideas. The communication, in speech or writing, of your beliefs or opinions. The idea was immediate but the verbalism took hours. Overabundance of words. A group of symbols that make a mathematical statement. Something regarded as a normative example. His formula for impressing visitors. Mathematics, a standard procedure for solving a class of mathematical problems. He gave us a general formula for attacking polynomials. A representation of a substance using symbols for its constituent elements. Directions for making something. A conventionalized statement expressing some fundamental principle. A liquid food for infants. The feelings expressed on a person's face. The visual percept of a region. A distinct feature or element in a problem. A characteristic to be considered. The beginning or duration or completion or repetition of the action of a verb. A contorted facial expression. A specific size and style of type within a type family. A pose, as in hostility or a competition. Jackson faced Smith in the boxing ring. The feelings expressed on a person's face. An angry face. A surface forming part of the outside of an object. Dew dripped from the face of the leaf. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The building faces the park. The front of the human head from the forehead to the chin and ear to ear. He washed his face. Impudent aggressiveness. Deal with something unpleasant head on. He faced the terrible consequences of his mistakes. Present somebody with something, usually to accuse or criticize. He was faced with all the evidence and could no longer deny his actions. A part of a person that is used to refer to a person. He looked out at a room full of faces. . A vertical surface of a building or cliff. Be opposite. The two sofas face each other. Cover the front or surface of. The building was faced with beautiful stones. Line the edge of a garment with a different material. Face the lapels of the jacket. Status in the eyes of others. He lost face. The general outward appearance of something. The face of the city is changing. The part of an animal corresponding to the human face. The side upon which the use of a thing depends, usually the most prominent surface of an object. He dealt the cards face down. The striking or working surface of an implement. Turn so as to expose the face. Face a playing card. Turn so as to face. Turn the face in a certain direction. Turn and face your partner now. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A gesture executed with the facial muscles. Take charge of or deal with. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Have faith or confidence in. Give a certain impression or have a certain outward aspect. This project looks fishy. Look forward to the probable occurrence of. She is looking to a promotion. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A look of triumph. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The house looks north. Search or seek. We looked all day and finally found the child in the forest. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He went out to have a look. Accord in appearance with. You don't look your age. Convey by one's expression. She looked her devotion to me. Have a certain outward or facial expression. How does she look? Perceive with attention. Direct one's gaze towards. She looked over the expanse of land. Physical appearance. I don't like the looks of this place. Inventing or contriving an idea or explanation and formulating it mentally. A substance prepared according to a formula. The style of expressing yourself. He suggested a better formulation. An appearance in bodily form, as of a disembodied spirit. Expression without words. A public display of group feelings, usually of a political nature. A clear appearance. A manifestation of great emotion. A manifest indication of the existence or presence or nature of some person or thing. A manifestation of disease. A likeness in which left and right are reversed. The image of something as reflected by a mirror, or other reflective material. He studied his reflection in the mirror. The ability to reflect beams or rays. Expression without words. The pulse is a reflection of the heart's condition. The phenomenon of a propagating wave, light or sound, being thrown back from a surface. A calm, lengthy, intent consideration. A remark expressing careful consideration. Mathematics. A transformation in which the direction of one axis is reversed. A likeness in which left and right are reversed. The image of something as reflected by a mirror, or other reflective material. The ability to reflect beams or rays. Expression without words. The phenomenon of a propagating wave, light or sound, being thrown back from a surface. A calm, lengthy, intent consideration. A remark expressing careful consideration. The commercial activity involved in repairing old structures or constructing new ones. Their main business is home construction. The act of constructing something. During the construction we had to take a detour. An interpretation of a text or action. They put an unsympathetic construction on his conduct. The creation of a construct. The process of combining ideas into a congruous object of thought. A group of words that form a constituent of a sentence and are considered as a single unit. I concluded from his awkward constructions that he was a foreigner. A thing constructed. A complex entity constructed of many parts. She wore her hair in an amazing construction of whorls and ribbons. Drawing a figure satisfying certain conditions as part of solving a problem or proving a theorem. The assignment was to make a construction that could be used in proving the Pythagorean theorem. A group of words that form a constituent of a sentence and are considered as a single unit. Language, communication by word of mouth. Language, communication by word of mouth. His speech was garbled. The mental faculty or power of vocal communication. The act of delivering a formal spoken communication to an audience. Words making up the dialogue of a play. The actor forgot his speech. A lengthy rebuke. Your characteristic style or manner of expressing yourself orally. Her speech was barren of southernisms. Something spoken. He could hear them uttering merry speeches. The exchange of spoken words. They were perfectly comfortable together without speech. A systematic means of communicating by the use of sounds or conventional symbols. He taught foreign languages. Language, communication by word of mouth. He uttered harsh language. A system of words used to name things in a particular discipline. The language of sociology. The mental faculty or power of vocal communication. Language sets Homo sapiens apart from all other animals. The cognitive processes involved in producing and understanding linguistic communication. He didn't have the language to express his feelings. The text of a popular song or musical comedy number. The song uses colloquial language. Language, communication by word of mouth. Language, communication by word of mouth. Language, communication by word of mouth. He recorded the spoken language of the streets. Language, communication by word of mouth. The activity of communicating, the activity of conveying information. They could not act without official communication from Moscow. A connection allowing access between persons or places. How many lines of communication can there be among four people? Something that is communicated by or to or between people or groups. The activity of communicating, the activity of conveying information. A statement of a mathematical relation. The appearance conveyed by a person's face. A pleasant countenance. The human face, kisser, and smiler, and mug, are informal terms for face, and fizz is British. Formal and explicit approval. consent to, give permission. The appearance conveyed by a person's face. A stern visage. The human face, kisser, and smiler, and mug, are informal terms for face, and fizz is British. A way of expressing something, in language or art or music etc. that is characteristic of a particular person or group of people or period. Designate by an identifying term. They styled their nation, the Confederate States. The popular taste at a given time. The 1920s had a style of their own. Distinctive and stylish elegance. A pointed tool for writing or drawing or engraving. How something is done or how it happens. In the characteristic New York style. A way of expressing something, in language or art or music etc. that is characteristic of a particular person or group of people or period. All the reporters were expected to adopt the style of the newspaper. A particular kind, as to appearance. This style of shoe is in demand. A slender bristle-like or tubular process. A cartilaginous style. Botany, the narrow elongated part of the pistil between the ovary and the stigma. Editorial directions to be followed in spelling and punctuation and capitalization and typographical display. Make consistent with a certain fashion or style. Style the dress. Make consistent with certain rules of style. Style a manuscript. Proof by a process of argument or a series of proposition proving an asserted conclusion. A visual presentation showing how something works. The lecture was accompanied by dramatic demonstrations. A show or display. The act of presenting something to sight or view. He gave the customer a demonstration. A public display of group feelings, usually of a political nature. There were violent demonstrations against the war. A show of military force or preparedness. He confused the enemy with feints and demonstrations.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.